Well, a very good afternoon and welcome to Twerton Park for this Vanarama National League South match between Bath City and Welling United. I'm Michael Powell and alongside me is Andrew Kerslake. Andrew, very good afternoon to you. Jerry Gill's men looking to end a 4-match losing streak in the league. Of course, they were absent last week with that COVID cancellation against Ebbsfleet United. And Welling United, they started off the season in poor form, but since the appointment of Peter Taylor have showed much better form. 10 points in 5 games. It's going to be another tough test for Bath City this afternoon, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is. And I mean, they did have a tough start to the season. I'm just pausing for a moment because I know we're going to have the last post played and a minute's silence. Both the teams just switching round sides there. But yeah, huge change at Welling. Peter Taylor, the former England player and under-23 manager, coming in, and certainly he's changed that side around. I know he says he's sometimes a grumpy manager. Well, it's certainly worked, that form of temper in terms of generating a side forward. But I did look at the game last week, and only a marginal 1-0 victory.
Yeah, so we will now have the last post, followed by a minute's silence in remembrance for those who have lost their lives in conflict. So a minute's silence, impeccably observed there ahead of Remembrance Day on Thursday. And 2 sets of players take a knee to start with. Good round of applause from the Twerton Park crowd. And it will be Shay Crabindum who gets the game underway here at Twerton Park. Ricochets back to ours. Bath City starting on the front foot in this opening 3 minutes. Rains plays it out to Mayhew. Looks to start it into Fletcher inside the area. Looks to pull it across goal, and it's excellently cleared by Statham in front of Cook.
That could so easily have been in the net. Statham just put his foot out there and came to Sims, the keeper.
Now with ours. Spreads it out to Rains in space on the Bath City right. He will just about keep it in. Plays it for Mayhew, who's made a good run. Gets to the byline. Checks back onto his left foot. Still with Mayhew. Raises it to slightly under, hits the pass to Rain. Campbell get a foot in, but it bounces back the way of Mayhew. This time goes back to ours. Lays it across to Delaney on the Bath City left. Plays it into Cook, who's come out wide left, tries to twist away from Barnes, plays it to Delaney on the overlap. He's done well in behind, into the area here, Delaney. Can he pick someone out? He can, it's Holness, and he's put it wide. From 10 yards, a superb build-up play by City, a great chance. And really, Omar Holness should have hit the target at the very least.
Well, Jerry Gill raised his hands in the air and turned towards the crowd in exasperation. City should have put that one away.
Still goalless at Twerton Park, but Bath City have had the better of the opening stages. Now it's a long diagonal looking for Fletcher. He manages to chest it down the box, pulls it across to Cook, who last touch actually came off the defender. Excellent defending in there by Bradley Pearce to force it behind for a corner kick. Freer will deliver the corner. to the box. It's climbing up well was Dyer. It's flicked on its way and pushed. It's still alive, and it's headed in. Is it gone over the line? It's goal line clearance. Few of the Bath City players think it was in. The linesman hasn't flagged. It's with range, 20 yards out. Holness now lays it back out to Freer, maybe to chance to take on Chikunbi, which he does, deflects behind for a corner kick, and Bath City inches from taking the lead on 2 occasions.
Well, certainly the crowd behind the goal thought it had crossed the line. Referee was standing on the edge of the 18-yard box. I'm not sure he could judge from there.
Freer to deliver once again. This one flicks off Cook, where Akinyemi does well to see it behind. Has been a 3rd goal this afternoon in National League South. Dartford, who still top the table, but on a miserable run, a 1-0 down at home to Chippenham. As Holness spreads it wide to range, 25 yards out. Striker's block, breaks the way of Cook inside the area, goes across goal, and Sims gets down low to gather.
All the Welling players retreated back into their final quarter of the field. You get the feeling Peter Taylor's messages don't concede.
Ranges the ball down the right for Cook. He will get there, drives in across, looking for Fletcher, who's not got enough on it. It's gone wide to the far post. Excellent cross by Cody Cook. Alex Fletcher got there ahead of Bradley Pearce and couldn't get enough purchase on the header.
He must have been no further than a Buffon hairdo away from heading that in.
With the other debutant now, Dyer. He's known from X until the end of the season. Long cross-field ball looking for Cuckoo. Chests it down inside Statham, and it's a slightly heavy touch just to get away from it. Rolls through to Sims. It's Fletcher now for Bath City, 20 yards out. Gives it to Rains inside the area. Nice little reverse for Fletcher to the byline. Still with Fletcher, and he just runs into traffic and into Penny, and Welling United can't clear. It's blocked by Rain behind for a goal kick. Comes back where the Welling striker, they nods it to Cravendon. Looks to skip inside. It's closed down by a combination of Holness and Freer. But Barnes then does well on the right-hand side. Gets away from Holness to the byline, drives it in, and Clark helps it on its way. It's a really poor ball by Pearce. Gives possession to Freer. Looks to cross in and just picks out the arms of Jack Timms. And with that is the half-time whistle. No added on time. So it's Bath City 0, Welling United 0 at the interval. Bath City have had the better of it, but they haven't been able to break the deadlock. Ball forward. Montgomery Cook breaks to Holness. Out to Mayhew on the Bath City right-hand side. Rains is taken down off the ball by Cravendon, and he will get a free kick. Freer and Rains both stood over it. Despite 25 yards out on the right, Freer swings it in towards the far post. Arriving is Wood, and he's put it wide. The offside flag the offside flag has gone up to somewhat spear his brushes, because that was another big chance for Bath City. There's Cravendon trying to get away from ours. Still with the Welling man, twisting and turning, goes down right on the edge of the 18-yard box. There will be a free kick. Mayhew and Freer, 2-man Bath City wall. It's left to count. Cravendon's going to drive it in low and straight into the hands of Ryan Clark. Dyer with a long diagonal, picks out Fletcher. Looks to slide through to Freer. He will get there. Pulled back across goal to Mayhew. It's a brilliant block by Penny. I think that was goal bound from Mayhew. Freer now in a little bit of space. Holness outside him, tries to bend in across low. Going to break to Fletcher, who that's blocked again. That was more of a miscued finish. Now with Cravendon in the centre circle. Got Akinyemi ahead of him. Looks to drive forward. Tries to take on Wood, who mistimes his challenge. Brings down the Welling United man, and I think that will be the first yellow card of the afternoon. Unsurprisingly, the yellow card is indeed out for Callum Wood. Rains will be the man to take the corner kick. Out swinger with his right foot. Goes all the way across everyone. Comes to Freer, who's going to shoot into the bottom corner. Elliot Freer breaks the deadlock at Twerton Park through a crowd of players. Sims was unsighted. Excellent finish from the Bath City man. And the Romans take the lead. It's Bath City 1, Welling United 0 after 64 minutes.
But right on the edge of the 18-yard box, an absolute pile driver of a shot. No mistake. And City go 1-0 up, 18 minutes gone in the second period.
Pressure was starting to build again in the second half from Bath City, wasn't it? And the pressure, he's ultimately told it was a good delivery by Rains. Everyone missed it, came through to Freer inside the area, and it was a clinical finish from the Bath City man. And so is Dipu Akinyemi's gone off on the far side and is walking round. So Akinyemi and Stewart off for Stevenson and Carr. And Daniel Carr, Trinidad and Tobago international, 4 caps for them for the 27-year-old. As the ball's forward, it's first touch and an acrobatic effort by Carr.
It is going to be Tom Smith coming on. Referee's assistant racing down to check him.
And it's going to be Tom Mayhew making way. Still with Crabbington in the centre circle, driving forward past Hours. Up 25 yards out, going to go for a shot. It's blocked, which takes all the sting out of it and rolls through to Ryan Clark. Barnes in a bit of space in the right-hand side. Goes in field to his captain, Durje. He's quickly closed down by 2 Bath City players, but gets away from him into Crabbington, 25 yards out. Looking to get away from his man, into the area, still with Crabbington. Onto his right foot, plays a lovely little reverse to Campbell, drives in across, and it's got to be a handball. It's been punched into the net.
And referee's assistant on the far side instantly saw that flag really vigorously. Referee gone over straight away, a yellow card for, I think, Daniel Carr.
It was so obvious. You've seen players try it before, but usually they try to make it a little bit deceitful.
What I like was the referee's assistant was obviously so pleased to have spotted it. I don't think I've ever seen anybody flag quite so vigorously.
It's given away cheaply by Hours. Carr driving down the left-hand side into the area. Dyer comes across to meet him. Looks to cut inside. Rains gets back to help him, but loose ball breaks the way of Carr. Gets to the byline. Appeals that it's gone out. It's still alive though. Laid back to Shakumbi. His shot is blocked by Freer, and then Delaney can look to bring it away up the left-hand side. Does well to get away from Barnes. Still driving forward, Delaney up over the halfway line. Still with the West Bromwich Albion loanee. Shakumbi gets back at him. Gets to the byline, then goes down under a bit of pressure, and it's going to be a goal kick to Welling United. City just slowing it down. Smith then plays it forward to Freer. Looks to skip away from Pierce as Cook on the right, who he uses. Tries to bend in across, flicks off the head. It's going to come through to Smith in the area, onto his right foot, blocked by Shakumbi. Excellent defending. Held up by Wood, but plays it out to Barnes on the Welling right, in space, 25 yards out. Crosses in from deep, in towards the far post. It's headed half clear by Dyer, does well. Loose ball breaks to Campbell. He cuts inside on his right foot. It's going to bend a shot, and it's narrowly over Clark's crossbar via a fingertip save from the City keeper.
Am I right in thinking this is Welling's first corner?
I believe it is.
It is.
The last goalless game in National League South is no longer goalless, as here come Welling again, and it's another save from Clark. A tight angle from Campbell with the shot. Comfortable save that one for the City keeper. Plays it over the top. Finds Fletcher on the halfway line. He just about retains possession. Now plays it to Rains. Ball down the right-hand side. Smith chasing after it, will get there first. He's got Olujay, fires in across first time. It's a bit deep, but Fletcher will pick it up on the far side. Tries to bend it into the top corner to surely win it for Bath City. Alex Fletcher back among the goals. And with 6 minutes to go at Twitter Park, it's Bath City 2, Welling United 0. It's a second goal for the Romans, and a second goal which, on the balance of play, you have to say they most certainly deserve.
Well, that's the way to open a side up. The ball played across field. Tom Smith racing onto it, did all the hard work down this right-hand side, put the cross in, and Alex Fletcher had time to just bring the ball down and fire it home. And, well, you feel that puts the game beyond doubt. City's still going to go ahead and make a substitution. It's going to be Tom Richards, as you said a minute ago, coming on. But, boy, does that feel a lot better here at Twerton Park.
It was an excellent finish as well, though, wasn't it? He still had a lot to do.
Yep. But he was in a good position, and he didn't have a man on him at that time. Just had time to steady himself and think about it. Homer Holness coming off to a good round of applause.
Yeah, Richards coming on for Holness, and Welling United going to make their third and final substitution. It's Cayman Cheryl Asijo coming on, and Aaron Barnes is the man who's going to make way. Cramondon will take the corner, drives it in, Clark punches it away, it's going to come to Stevenson on the edge of the box, nods it back in, Rains slightly miscues his clearance. Now with Pius, shot is blocked by Rains, behind for another corner kick. Campbell's going to deliver this latest corner at Twerton Park, drives it in low, it comes across and it's spooned over his own crossbar by Delaney. I'm not sure that was intentional. It wasn't particularly well defended by City, but they got away with it. This one's a bit flatter. It gets a touch off Statham and behind for a goal kick as Lloyd James is going to make an entrance for Bath City.
Again, Lloyd James adding that little bit of experience. Josh Ayres coming off with a good round of applause. Breaks
back the way of Shockenby. There are 4 minutes of added on time with the best part of 3 into those. Asijo tries to wriggle his way away from a couple of challenges and gets a free kick.
And a little fracas going on out there.
Well, Callum Wood's involved. He needs to be careful because he's already been booked. It's a yellow card apiece for Delaney and Statham.
Tom Smith forming a one-man wall.
Cramondon swings it in, it's flicked on its way and it's into the bottom corner. It's a header by Penny. It was an excellent delivery by Cramondon, an excellent header by Penny. It's going to be too little, too late for Welling United, but they do have something to show for their afternoon, and Bath City and Jerry Gill will be frustrated that they've not been able to keep a clean sheet.
Yeah, it takes the gloss off the afternoon for City. Almost total silence around Twerton Park. Not even much noise from a handful of Welling supporters behind the goal, but I think City would very much, apart from achieving the victory and getting 2 goals, I think they really would have liked to have kept a clean sheet. They haven't done so. It's finished here. Bath City 2, Welling 1.
Yeah, it really was the last action of the game, but Bath City, good value for their win this afternoon. Goals from Elliot Freer and Alex Fletcher giving them the victory despite that late consolation from Arthur Penny. Andrew, a much improved performance from Bath City, 3 points to go with it, and you imagine this evening Jerry Gill will be a satisfied man.
He will. And, you know, when you bring in so many new players, loan signings in the middle of a game, then there's always a risk associated with that. As it was, I thought City put together a very creditable performance. The 2 goals, obviously, in the second period, the icing on the cake. But 3 things in particular I'd pick out. I thought Wood at the heart of the defence looked absolutely solid. For me, he would have been my man of the match. City put in a great work rate. There was lots of effort out there, lots of running around. Looked quite a different side than those we've seen in recent games. And I thought also Elliot Freer, calm on the ball, great with his crosses and capping his performance with a goal.
From Andrew and myself, thank you very much for tuning in to Bath City Radio this afternoon, where it finished at Twerton Park. Bath City 2, Welling United 1. The Romans back to winning ways, courtesy of Elliot Freer and Alex Fletcher. Arthur Penny's late consolation header, not enough for the visitors. The Romans take all 3 points, and based on this afternoon, good value for their victory. We'll be back on Tuesday, but until then, enjoy the rest of your weekend.